what's up, you guys? My name is Cybersnowwolf, and Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas. It is Christmas Eve. And I decided we're gonna do one more Christmas-related video featuring the Santa hat. So this will be the last video that's the hat will be in, and then we'll just be back to our regular old selves. So, since it's Christmas Eve, I figured that, we need to do a Christmas-related video. I originally had planned on talking about, my vacation trip, but that one is gonna have to be saved for another day. I'm gonna do that on Thursday. And since I haven't really done any, Christmas gaming, and I don't really have a Christmas showcase up, I decided that, you know what, since it's Christmas, how about we talk about, a little Christmas story. So today's video, but you can tell by the title of the video, is that recently I was in a Christmas Carol musical production this year. So, I don't really talk about this a lot, but back in high school, I was a theater kid. I did about, 6 productions, 7 if I count in middle school, and throughout that time, I had a really fun time in each of them, of just, dressing up in a costume, taking on a role, acting out. It was a whole lot of fun. But after I graduated from high school, I wouldn't necessarily say stopped doing theater, because I did... Because when I went to college, I did, a theater class for a semester, and then switched to, basic production. But I haven't really gotten on the stage since then. I didn't do, any plays or musicals. I did see them, but I didn't get the chance to, go back on the stage and reenact again. So, I kind of, wouldn't necessarily faded out from that. It was more of, I was lacking opportunities to go back into that world. But it wasn't until back in, I think it was August, maybe July, about midway in the summer, I saw, there were some ads for some productions, for some theater productions in town, and I saw two of them. One was for Christmas Carol musical, which, aside from the Muppets, I legitimately did not know there was a musical of Christmas Carol, and also The Crucible. And I hate The Crucible with a passion. That will have to be a whole other video for another day. So I decided to, you know what? It's been a long time since I've been back in theater, so why not just go ahead and try it, see what I can do. So I did, the audition bit, and then afterwards, they emailed me and told me that, since a whole bunch of people auditioned for the show, we want all of you to come back, and we're gonna give you, each of these roles. And a lot of people, we did sort of, doubling up, for where we all played role as, ensemble. We alternated between, main characters a little bit, so we got, our Ebenezer Scrooge, we got our ghosts, hosts. I was then given the role, to play Jacob Marley, and I had a blast of playing with that role, I've always been interested of, I don't know why, but I've always been interested in, sort of the Jacob Marley scene. I don't know why, the first time I saw it was when Goofy played Marley, but back then I didn't understood it, and I don't know, I guess for years, the scene sort of interests me, and I wanted to play, as Marley. So, with the song itself, it was a bit difficult of sort of keeping up with the music. Let me explain. Back in high school, we would do musicals, however, they were all done, we had a band group, at the corner of the stage, we had a band group, so we were actually communicating with actual people, and sort of taking notes from each other of, how to go fast, should we go faster, should we go slower? This music was techno, and techno doesn't slow down, it doesn't speed up, well, actually that's not true, it does a little bit, but there's nobody to communicate with, so you need to, so I kind of had to, retrain myself, and to sort of keep up with the soundtrack, and, count, the beats of, when do I need to sing, when do I, need to slow down, a whole lot of stuff, so that was a bit of a ride to go with, but once I got out of the way, the rest of the productions, they were really, really fun, and super creative of doing the theater shows. The people that I worked with, they're all lovely people, everybody worked really hard on each of their roles. They always evolved of, each of their characters. And, our choreography was always unique in certain ways and forms. We would do, lifts, there was a lot of dancing. One of my favorites was the Fezziwig Week scene. That was the dancing was very, very good. And good. Same thing with Ghost of Christmas Present, as in that dance bit is very jazzy of what I thought. And it was also a good experience for me because when learning like my songs, I mainly just stuck to like the songs that I was like assigned to based off of my character. With this one, everybody had to almost sing everything. Like it would depend on exactly like which song we're working on. Like if it was just a solo, then that one person would focus on that. But if it was like one of those songs that requires everybody to sing, including like even in the wings of the stage, we had to learn that bit. I had to learn like those little bits. So it was really, really a fun experience to do that. As well as the unique characteristics that we brought to our characters. So for instance, going back to my role in Jacob Marley, it was pretty much, it mainly consisted of me in like dark gray clothing, black makeup on my eyes, a little bit under my chin, and then we had this chain with a lock that would go around my neck, down to my chest, and super glue to the vest, and then behind me, we would have like this little hook, and then attaching to the hook was the chain. And it was like my chain, the chain that Marley would drag with. It was a little bit tricky of getting the chain off, because we had one moment where we would wrap Scrooge around in the chain, and sometimes the chain, and sometimes we would like be late on taking the chain off, or the chain would magically come off when I would like pull it. But I was always like, okay, the chain is off. Okay, I'll just roll with it. I'll just keep on rolling with it. So one of my favorite scenes was the song with Jacob Marley, Link by Link. That was one of our first choreographed scenes, and we all had a blast with it. We even had like the 7 deadly sins, come on around, and each of them would like act out their own sin. And one of my favorites with them was that we would take the chain, like drag it across the stage, and then all of us would go up and dance on it. And there were a few moments for where I would like go underneath the chain and sort of like weave my way around. And for a while, that was what I just did. For a while, like in our practice rehearsals, I would just weave my way through. But then towards like opening night, I decided let's get a little creative with it. So I decided to not only just time when I would weave, but also to sort of increase my insanity a little bit. So I did like this creepy laugh. A laugh that, so when they first heard it, they were just like, oh my god, what? And I had a lot of fun, of like with acting it out, of just, especially of getting into like this bendy pose. You know, like how bendy, of how he goes like this, moves around. I got into that like pose of weaving around, especially of like interacting with the audience. And so it was a lot of fun to do. And then afterwards, after that scene, it came in the young Marley scene. I played young Marley in 2 different scenes. One was in the Fezziwig Party, which was fun, and another one was, the song was called Money Machine Montage, which was basically my death, and Scrooge, and sort of Emily breaking off her engagement to Scrooge. The duet I did with young Scrooge, we had a good time doing that. It was a lot of fun, and towards my death, we played around with a little bit, but eventually we came to the conclusion that I would die, and then they would like pick me, and then like the people coming into the bank, they would grab me, lift me up, and then carry me off stage. That one, I kind of have mixed feelings with, because sometimes if we were like too off, like if we were too far away from the wings, they kind of had to rush me, and they kind of had to rush it. So if we weren't careful, I would like fall on my back, almost. Nothing got broken. Everybody was all right. But it was sometimes a case for where it was just like, okay, we need to we need to figure out exactly how far we need to go and to carry you so we can like set you down normally. Normally. So aside from the lift, the scene itself, I thought it was pretty fun. Very fun. And the experience in general, I thought it was a really good Christmas, sort of like Christmas show to do. Like, actually when doing the theater productions, I actually never did a Christmas-related show, mainly because we always did them around, like, the fall time, and would end in November, or during, like, the springtime, for where we would do, like, a one-act, and then the spring musical. So, doing a Christmas show was actually sort of like a new experience of getting to, like, ooh, this is sort of an interesting kind of theater experience. But in the end, it was all really, really fun. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm aiming for this video not to be super long, because I kind of wanted to just get to the topic, like quick and simple, just like that. And I think I reached that with here. So all in all, in conclusion, I really enjoyed not just playing as Jacob Marley on the theater stage, but just going back to the stage in general, like one of the things that's like the things that I miss about being in theater is sort of like dressing up in costumes, acting out in this role, maybe putting on an accent, maybe not, being somebody who's nice, being somebody who is a slimy asshole, and all in all, just having fun. So I really missed of going back to that sort of experience. So I wouldn't necessarily call this my New Year's, would this be resolution? Yeah, I'm gonna go with resolution, because I don't think revolution would be a wiser one. But, one of my sort of goals to do next year is that I'm gonna do, like, I want to aim to see if I could do more theater shows, like, plays, musicals, all that sort of things, and maybe even do, like, some theater content on the channel, like, one of the reasons of why I did, like, sort of my little mini-sodes, which I meant to do more, or sort of like going back in sort of that, like, theater element. But definitely for 2020 next year, that is sort of a goal that I'm gonna set for myself, is that I want to do, like, more show. I want to audition for, like, more plays, more musicals, the whole 9 yards. And all in all, just have fun with it. Because I really, really enjoyed it. But anyways, I think that we'll have to do it for this little Christmas video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope you guys have a happy holidays. Have a happy holidays this year. We're coming up to the end of 2020. I'm not sure exactly what we might be doing. If I can finish up my Mandalorian minifigure, I might be able to do a showcase video on that. But the next video I do plan to do is it's gonna be another talk video, but this time talking about, like, my vacation that I've just come back from. So I'll be talking more about that. And yeah, pretty much all in all, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And happy holidays out there. So Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever it might be. I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday this year, and a Happy New Year. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!